Well, while we're all taking a bit of a break from Young Justice until it returns this spring, it's a great time to look at some of the new story arcs that might have been introduced in the first part of the year. We got to see a lot of Ra's al Ghul and Sensei in this season. And quite honestly, by the end of Artemis' arc, there seemed to be something interesting brewing with Talia Al Ghul and of course her one and only son, Damian Wayne. Are we about to see a status change in Earth 16, and are the seeds for a Damian Wayne Robin fully planted? Let's dive in. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, the huge giveaway. We got a PlayStation 5 to give away at 25,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on our giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out that free Week of Skillshare down below. It's a pretty cool way for you to develop all of your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, all while not diving too deep into your pockets. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, we're still on that hiatus from Young Justice, and the show's supposed to return this spring. But we had a pretty interesting first half, and I liked the way they broke it down into a couple of story arcs. Now, the second arc of Season 4 focused on Artemis Croc, and the mystery that involves several defecting assassins from the League of Shadow, and of course her sister Cheshire. But this really wasn't the most interesting thing that came out of this story. Now, by the end of this, Cheshire had kind of expected to die at the hands of Ra's al Ghul's followers, and went to his island to face off with his mentor, Sensei. Now, all was not as it seemed, and Sensei and Ra's had now devoted themselves to rehabilitating the young people who had been pushed into service by the League of Shadows. This actually caused Jade, aka Cheshire, to eventually stay behind at the end of the arc. Now, during this final speech, they actually spoke to the whole team, Cheshire, Tigress, Orphan, and unbeknownst to them, Talia Al Ghul, about how they had actually manipulated many children and shaped them into fanatics ready to die for the League of Shadows. But he made it really clear, this was not family, it was manipulation, and that's what the League of Shadows had offered. When this was going on, Talia was overhearing the whole conversation, and you could tell by the look on her face she was not happy. Now in the comics, Talia eventually turns against her dad and forms her own group known as Leviathan. This actually opposes the League of Assassins and Batman Incorporated. But if you're a fan of the books, you know she consistently seems to have feelings for Bruce Wayne, and ultimately will entrust her son, Damian, to his care. As many of you know, Damian Wayne is Robin in the comics, and many fans have hoped for quite a while that Damian could show up in the series. I actually think this is absolutely the seeds to that story mimicking the comic story as many Earth 16 tales do. Now, a lot happens off screen that we don't see. We don't really totally know what's going on with Talia, but clearly I think she's having second thoughts about being associated with Ra's, Sensei, and whatever organization they may or may not be leading. This very well could see her leave and join Batman, and I actually think this might be one of the major seeds in the upcoming second half of the season in the storyline that involves Dick Grayson. We know Dick Grayson, aka Nightwing, will have one of the major story arcs in the second half of the year, and I think we saw quite a few seeds planted in this particular episode. Now, we could totally dive into where Jason Todd fits into this picture, but we're going to hold off on that for another video because I have quite a few ideas about that, and since we have a couple of weeks before the show comes back, I thought we could deal with that in due time. What do you guys think? Do you think Talia Al Ghul is going to leave Ra's and Sensei to form her own organization or possibly even join Batman in Gotham City? And do you think this confirms that Damian Wayne will eventually be part of the series, even if we have to wait 4 or 5 seasons before we see him? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like and click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not going to get any updates. Peace.